Okay, so it looks like we are live. So welcome back. Today I'm going to be discussing clean code. So you might be asking, what is clean code? So I found this, and it seems to be a pretty good summary. So basically, clean code is code that's easy to read, maintain, understand, and change through structure and consistency, yet remains robust and secure to withstand performance demands. Lets you get the most value out of your software. So that's a pretty good summary. So what is clean code? Yeah, I don't know. All right. So I'm going to show how to write clean C code. So I just made a new directory, clean code. Always ls your new empty directories to make sure the government's not putting any secret files in there. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to make a main.c file. So clean code, it's kind of, if you ask how to write clean code, it's not something you can just answer. So I think it'd be better if I show you on an actual program, a fairly simple one. Alright. So I will just make a simple hello world. Alright, hello world. Let's make sure that runs. So let's make a build.sh file. And I will go ahead and open that up. Alright, so I'll just use GCC. There we go, and we'll enable the warnings. Alright, there we go. So now, let's make sure that this actually will compile. There we go, hello world. So this is pretty clean code, right? To the untrained eye, maybe it is. But if you are a little bit smarter, you'll notice that it's not. So it's kind of just ugly, it's a mess. You don't really know what's going on here. So what's something we can do to fix that? To start, we could make a string, hello world string, right? And we'll set this to hello world. That's pretty good. And then we can just go ahead and pass it in here. So if we put a string in there, hello world string. Something you want to make sure is that your function names and your variable names are always very clear what they identify. All right, so let's go ahead and build that. And there we go. It still works. I forgot the exclamation point. Have to do that in hello world. Alright, so it works. This is a little better, but we could do even better. So something we could do is make a new function. So print hello world string. Very clear what that means. Hello world string. So we'll accept an argument at that. And let's just printf hello world string. And then we'll return with 0 if there's no error, and then we can print hello world string. Alright, yeah, so this should work now. There we go. It works the same, and it's much clearer what's going on. You can see we're initializing the hello world string, and then we're printing the hello world string. That's super clear. But there is some stuff we can do to make this better. So we can actually go ahead and assert hello world string is not null, because if it's null, then we have some problems, right? And then we'll also, that's not what I wanted to do, and we'll say a descriptive error message, so like no str. That's very clear, you can tell what that means. So we do have to include assert.h. Alright, there. So it doesn't change the functionality at all, but now we're making sure it's not null. So let's see, what else could we do? Well, we get to this point. We know it's not null, right? Well, do we really? Computers can be crazy sometimes. So the string, it could still be null at this point, or be the wrong string. So to make sure that doesn't happen, we'll make a new hello world string, and we'll set that equal to hello world. And then instead of printing the original one, we will print the new hello world string. And now it works all the same. But even if we mess up this string, it will still print the right thing. So that is bug-free code. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good so far, but there's still more that we can do. So I think what we should do now, let's make a struct, if I can type. And we will just call this hello world. Alright, so this will have a string, hello world struct string. Make sure it's clear. And then it'll also have an error, hello world struct error code. Yeah. So then we can initialize it here. If we do hello world, hello world, let's see. Yeah, we'll just call it a hello world with an underscore. That's pretty clear what that means. So we'll just initialize that, and then we'll set hello world dot hello world struct string equal to hello world string. And then we can set the hello world dot hello world struct error code equal to 0, because we have a 0 error code right now. And we'll actually always just return the hello world dot hello world struct error code. Yes. So now, instead of passing the string in here, we'll go ahead and pass the hello world. We'll pass a pointer to the hello world object, or struct, excuse me. So we'll go ahead and pass the hello world in here. And now, we want to make sure that the hello world is not null. Alright, yes. So no struct. There we go. Okay. And then we still get the new hello world string, and then we'll set hello world struct string equal to the new hello world string. And then we'll print out the hello world struct string. And then we can return the hello world struct error code. So let's go ahead and build this, and we do have some errors, so we can work through those. Hello world argument, but argument, alright, let's see. Ooh, yes, so we forgot to go ahead and do that. Alright, now it seems to work, and it prints out hello world, just as we would expect. And yeah, again, we can change this, and it does not break it. It still prints out the correct thing. So, that is pretty nice. This is already looking pretty clean. Like, compared to what we had before, you can really tell what's going on. So, obviously, we have the struct here, which takes a string and an error code. And then we have the main function, where we initialize the string, and we initialize the struct, and then we set the values of it equal to what we want the value to be. So I think what we can do is actually set error hello world dot hello world struct error code equal to that, instead of just starting with 0. Yeah. So then that will still return the correct error code. There we go. So what are other ways we can optimize this to be extremely clean? Well, it seems like there's not that much else we could do. So let me read through it and make sure. So I think something we could do, instead of printing the whole string like this, we could instead have an int of the string length, right? So we can set this, and then we can set hello world dot string. Actually, that's not descriptive enough, is it? Hello world string length equal to 14, because that's what we want it to be, really. Alright, so let's actually change this. Alright, and then in here, we can go ahead and do while loop. Let's see, hello world dot, or not dot, sorry, hello world struct string, hello world dot, not dot, hello world struct error code. Let's see, does not equal the close. Then we'll printf hello world dot hello world struct string hello world, or actually we want, let's see, what do we want to print here? we'll do hello world string index. Then hello world string index plus plus, and we will set hello world string index here. And so I think we can actually use a for loop here instead. So let's do for hello world string index is less than hello world struct string length hello world string index plus plus. Yes. Alright, and so we can do an in actually here. Hello world string index. Alright. Let me make that a little. So that should work now. And then it should print the correct thing. We don't need this one actually. And we don't want this anymore, but we do want to print a new line, right? Alright. So let me see if this actually works. Alright. Forgot a semicolon. That is the most important part of clean code. Alright, and then I also forgot to do that. Okay, let's go ahead and run it. And there we go, it prints it the same, but it is so much clearer what's going on. However, there could be an issue. If you put the wrong string length, then I guess it still prints. Oh yeah, it does not print out. It does not work actually. It does not work properly. So if we just put 1, it will only print H. We don't want that. So how can we take care of that? We can actually go ahead and do if hello world string length does not equal strlen of new hello world string, then we can actually do fprintf st there. Actually, strlen not good. Strlen no good. We'll do that. And then we'll exit with 1. Yeah. And let's add some space in here. Alright. So now we can check to make sure it is the right length. So if we do something like that, I need to include stdlib, of course. Alright, string.h, yes, need that. Alright, so let's go ahead and build that. Alright, so this is actually a size t, so that's something else we could use to optimize. We could make all of our ints size t, because we're never using negative numbers in clean code. That would be absurd, and that can lead to so many problems. Yeah, so let's actually make this all a size t. Anywhere where we declared an int, we will make it a size t. And that's just going to make things so much better. I don't know if that will work, actually. Yeah, it has to be int. That's just because C is not meant to be a clean language. Alright, and now if we run it, strlen no good, right? And because of our descriptive error message, we know what to fix. Set that to be the right thing. Strlen no good still. Alright, so I did actually mess it up. Perhaps. Alright, I don't know what the str length is actually supposed to be then. Alright, so that almost worked. Let's see what the problem is. What if we get rid of this check, right? Then, alright, then it prints properly. So we do have a problem with this. Let's just do is less than that. So that should still work. Alright, that is interesting. Why that does not work. That is quite interesting. Suppose we could hard code the value to be 14, because we know it's always going to be 14. Alright, there we go. So that works. So we can change back to not equal, actually. So this is all good and everything, and we're using the highest t now. One other thing we could do is actually do size t print hello world error message. Alright, so then we're going to take in the error message, right? So then we can basically just take away what we have in here. If I can do that. There we go. And we'll just place it in here. And we'll print the error message instead. Actually, yeah, there we go. Error message. Alright, so now if we come down here, we can actually do print hello world error message. And let's see, so we want to print Sterling no good. There we go, and we will actually set hello world struct error code equal to that, even though we don't return a value, just to be safe. Alright, and now if we run this, it still works properly, but we have many checks in place to make sure everything is working properly. So this looks pretty optimized compared to the original hello world that we had. It's just so easy to read, and it's clear what's going on, and it is safe. So I suppose what we could do now is check in here if the hello world string index is greater than 14, which we don't want that to happen. Then we are going to, let's see, we can actually print hello world error message. Let's see, so what happens? This means that the string len no good again. That's a pretty descriptive error message, I think. And we'll do the same thing here. Alright, so that's pretty good. So now we won't be able to go out of bounds in our memory. Alright, so now if we run this, let's make sure it's all still working. Hello world. Alright, so that is just a super clear and clean hello world. I think pretty much the only thing about this that I don't like is there's no comments. So how are you going to know what's going on without comments, right? So everybody knows that the rule of comments, at least 75% of your file should be made up of comments. This is pretty standard in the industry. So I suppose we could just sort of show what's going on. In a comment, you want to make sure to never say why something is happening, but instead say what is happening. Because if the people reading it don't know what's happening, then they aren't going to be able to debug it, right? So this is define main function. Yeah, there's no way you'd be able to figure that out without the comment if you didn't actually write the code. And this is initializing hello world string, which will be printed later. Not actually, because it doesn't actually get printed. If you remember, we changed it up here. But they don't know that yet, reading this code. We're assuming they start at the main function. Alright, and then this is initializing, I probably didn't spell that right, but that's okay. Hello world error structure, which will contain the data of our program. Alright, and then this, setting the values of the hello world structure. Setting the initial values. So I think that'll be good here. And then this is going to be calling to the print hello world string function, passing the hello world structure, and setting the error code to the value returned. Okay, there we go. So that's pretty good. And then this is just returning the hello world error code value. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. Now this is so much clearer what's going on, and it makes it much easier to read. So I think we can do the same thing. We'll start in the error function. So this is just initialize the, or maybe define the print hello world error message function, which takes an error message string as an argument. Alright, so yeah, okay, so that's pretty good. And then here, print the error message passed, whoops, I didn't spell that right, to standard error. Yeah, and then exit with exit code 1, which is non-zero, which indicates something went wrong. Yeah, actually I'll remove that. And then this is unnecessary, but makes the code clearer, returning a non-zero value. Alright, so that's pretty good. And another thing to actually make your comments even more clear is putting a semicolon at the end so people know that you're not writing in Python. Yeah. So I'll just go ahead and add that to all of them. Sometimes that slips my mind, but that's usually a good practice whenever you're not writing in Python. Alright, so now we have this. So define the print hello world string function, which takes a pointer to the hello world structure. Yeah, and can't forget the semicolon. Okay, assert that the hello world structure exists and is not null. Otherwise, we no, I won't say it. Alright, so we've got that now. Now here, I want to initialize the new hello world string in case the old hello world string is not correct. Okay, and then here we set the value of hello world string inside the hello world struct to the new hello world string value. Alright, so let's see. So now, right here, check that the length of the hello world string is equal to 14, which is actually, what we can do is equal to the string length, in order to not go out of bounds. Alright, so we can actually set this to be string length. We can define a macro at the top, string length. Actually, we should make this more descriptive. Hello world string length macro equal to 14. And then we'll be able to easily change this later on. Hello world string length macro. Alright, there we go. And there we go. And here we just, if the condition is not met, then let's see, so then we are printing the error message and setting the hello world struct value equal, or struct error code value equal to the return of the function. There we go. Okay, so now we have this. So here, for loop, which iterates until we reach the value of hello world string length, which iterates hello world string index. Alright. So far this is looking pretty good. So now we can set here, make sure hello world string index does not go above 14. Alright, if it does go above 14, then print the error message len no good again, and set the hello world struct error code equal to the return value. Okay, and so now print the current character of hello world string index of hello world struct string. So that's probably the best comment I've ever written. It's just so clear and you can really see what's going on. And then here, print new line at the end of the loop to ensure there is space to make easy read. Let's do that. Okay. Now finally, return the hello world struct error code. And actually, I believe I have an error in this function. So that is, I want to set the, so we better actually pass that. So we want to take hello world, and we will do hello world struct error code equals 1. And then we can return that here. Hello world struct error code. That is just good practice, and I accidentally closed the window, so that's very nice. So let's see if I open that back up. There we go, and we should still have that. So now we can actually add that extra comment, returning a non-zero value, which we set to hello world struct error code. Okay. And here we just set the hello world struct error code equal to the non-zero value. Alright, and there we go. So that is looking pretty good. So let's see, where were we at before? Yes indeed. So now, let me see here. We are actually not checking if hello world struct error code does not equal 0, then I suppose we could set hello world struct error code equal to print hello world error message not 0. And that's pretty clear, so we can tell what's going on. So now let's just add some comments. If the hello world struct error code was not 0, then do this, which is setting hello, or actually printing the error message not 0 and setting hello world struct error code equal to the return value. Alright, and there we go. So let's make sure this all still compiles. Alright, so we do have some issues. Let's see. Oh yeah, so the issue is we didn't actually fix this, so we need to pass hello world to here. Anywhere we print it out, we have to pass hello world, and we will pass hello world right here. So I believe that is the last one actually. Let's see. It is not. Alright, there's one more on 71. Shoot. Okay, I messed up. Oh yeah, we need to actually make it a pointer. That is the issue. Alright, and now if we build this, alright, and we have another issue. Alright, so these are actually already. Yeah. Alright, and now. Oh yes, I seem to have messed up. That is on line 36. Yes, I put string twice. String length macro. There we go. Alright, now, hello world. So, let me read through and make sure that's all that we need to do. So, we're initializing the struct. Actually, I should add a comment for that. Initialize the struct which contains a hello world string length, and hello world struct error code. There we go. So also this can be define the hello world string length macro and set it to 14. And then here, include string.h. And we can actually do the same thing for all of these, but change them to the right thing. So stdio, stdlib, and assert. So everyone knows what we're including here. And actually, I forgot the semicolon at the end of each line. Okay, and now, yep, alright, so let's read through it now. So we are doing that. Here's the print hello, and we have these extremely useful comments, which makes everything so easy to understand. Yes, alright, so we print the error message there. Okay. Let me zoom out a little. Okay. Sterling no good again, that's good. We print that. Okay. Okay. Continues here. Okay. So this is pretty good, and this is very maintainable and clean code. So if you want to change something, there's not that much you have to change. Whereas with the first one, it was so hard to read. And you had to change stuff all over the place if you wanted to change it at all. So actually, let me just, if I go up here, I will just sort of show what the original one looked like to show how much cleaner it is. So I'll make a multi-line comment here. If I can do it right. Alright, so I don't want that to continue. So let's go ahead and do this. So include stdio.h. And remember, there was no comments on the original, so you couldn't even read it, really. And let's see. So we did printf hello world, and then we returned 0. So let's see. Yeah, you can just see how complicated and hard to read that is. Alright, so I can actually make this say original code, and then down here we can do new and improved clean code. Okay, so if I actually, if you'll give me a second here. Just one moment. Alright. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do git init. And then actually let's make a root. So if I go ahead and open a new tab, readme. Alright, so what can we put in here? Hello world clean. So many people fail to see the benefits of clean code. This repo, this code contains possibly the easiest to read, most maintainable, and cleanest code you will ever see. Yeah. Alright, so that's pretty good. That's pretty descriptive, I would say. So now I will actually make a git ignore. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Give me a second. Right, and yeah. Git ignore. Yeah. And alright, so we'll just do main here. And we can remove main. Okay. So now we can do git add dot git commit dash m initial commit, also final commit. The code is perfect and never needs to be changed. Anybody argues otherwise, they just don't know what they are talking about. Okay, so now I can actually go ahead and do this. Let's see. That one. And